Hello everybody, my name is Philipp Storz and in this video I want to show you the Bareos Hyper-V plugin in action. First I want to give you an overview of my lab environment. I have a Windows 2025 server running Hyper-V. Hyper-V hosts a virtual machine running Alma Linux 10. As the plugin works agentless, it would also work with any other virtual machine that you can run on Hyper-V. In order to have short backup and restore times, I used a minimal installation of Alma Linux. Now let us have a look at the Bareos setup that runs the backup and restore. I have a Bareos 25 backup server running on Alma Linux 10 with director, storage and file daemon. The data is stored into the local file system. While the Bareos system is performing backups or restores, we will watch the screen of the Windows Hyper-V server. On the top left we have the Hyper-V Manager application. There we can see that the virtual machine Alma 10 is running. Also we will see checkpoints if they are created, and we see the output of the screen of the Alma 10 machine. On the right side we have the B console of the Bareos backup server. Below of the B console we have the Bareos directors log file. Down on the left side we have the content of the virtual hard disk directory, so we can watch what is happening there. Now let us perform a full backup of the machine. While this happens, you will be able to see that a checkpoint is created. Also, 3 more files will be created in the virtual hard disk folder. And now let's get this job started. As you can see on the left side, a snapshot has been created, or checkpoint as it is called in Hyper-V, of the virtual machine. In the virtual hard disk folder you can see that 3 more files have been created for the snapshot. And on the right side in the job log you can see that the backup job is currently running. We have now to wait until the backup is completed and you will see that the checkpoint is automatically removed again. The backup job is now completed, and as you can see, the checkpoint has been removed. The next step is performing an incremental backup. As the VM is not really active, and the time between the full and the incremental backup is very short, we expect only a little amount of data. Again, a snapshot of the VM will be created, and again 3 more files appear in the virtual hard disk folder. As only a very little amount of data has been backed up, the job has completed in very short time. Now that we have created both a full and an incremental backup of the VM, we will now shut down the VM and boot it afterwards. The reason for this is that I want to show you that during the start of the VM, the existing disks of the virtual hard disk folder representing the checkpoints will be consolidated. So let me first shut down the virtual machine. And now I will start it again, and please look at the content of the virtual hard disk folder now. As you can see, the virtual hard disk checkpoints have been consolidated and only 3 files are now stored in the virtual hard disk folder. Now let's prepare a restore. As I want to show you that we are able to completely recover a virtual machine, I will shut down the virtual machine, delete it out of the Hyper-V manager, and finally also delete the disks of the virtual machine. First I shut down the virtual machine, then I will delete it out of the Hyper-V manager, and finally now I will remove all files that have been stored in the virtual hard disk folder. So now let us perform a restore. I have selected all backups of the Hyper-V backup and selected all files for restore. Now I will start the restore, and please watch what's happening inside of the virtual hard disk folder and also at the end of the restore in the Hyper-V manager, where the virtual machine will appear again. As you can see, the virtual hard disk image is now being recreated and the size is growing up until the final size that it had when the last backup was done. We expect about 2 GB of data. So, the data has been completely recreated of the virtual hard disk, and the virtual machine has been created inside of the Hyper-V manager. To complete the restore, I will now start again the virtual machine so that we can really verify that everything still works. As you can see, the virtual machine has successfully started and is available again. So let's summarize what we have done in this video. We performed a full and an incremental backup of the Hyper-V virtual machine. We removed all data corresponding to this virtual machine, and finally we restored the VM, including all configuration and all disks. The full documentation of the Hyper-V plugin is part of the Bareos documentation, which you can access at docs.bareos.org. Get in touch with us. If you want to try the Bareos Hyper-V plugin yourself, you can fill in the form on bareos.com/try and get evaluation access to our binaries. We regularly hold online meetings with our Bareos experts. Register for the next meeting on bareos.com/meet. If you want to become part of our open source community, please check bareos.com/community. Bareos is 100% open source software. You can access the source code on github.com/bareos. Backing up a production environment requires more than just the software. That's why we offer a variety of services to our customers. The Bareos subscription gives you access to certified and maintained binaries of the last 3 main releases. Our support offerings allow you to have a direct contact to our Bareos support experts. The support team is closely linked to our development team and can quickly handle any type of problem. If you require services that go beyond the scope of our support, our consultants are available to assist you. The broad knowledge of our consultants allows you to help you with the planning and integration of Bareos in your environment. If a required functionality is not yet available in Bareos, we are able to carry out the necessary development work through our sponsored development program. With our training program, we ensure that administrators can do their work efficiently and quickly, and that Bareos can also play to its strength in your environment. Thank you very much for watching.